Junebug and them. The bass from the gym speakers still thumped in Junebug's chest as he pushed through the double doors of Washington High, his Letterman jacket hanging loose over his shoulders. Homecoming pep rally had just ended, and the parking lot was electric with energy, cars circling, music competing from open windows, groups of students laughing and shouting across the asphalt. Junebug was smiling, dapping up teammates as he made his way to his car. At 16, he carried himself with the easy confidence of someone who'd never known failure. Starting quarterback, point guard, cleanup hitter. The coaches called him a natural, but Junebug knew better. It was the hours his parents had invested, dragging him to practice after practice since he was 7, keeping him too busy to get caught up in anything else. Yo, June. Marcus jogged up beside him, his tall frame slightly awkward in the way of kids still growing into their bodies. Marcus's father had raised him strict, curfews, expectations, consequences. Being friends with Junebug was one of the few freedoms Marcus had, because Mr. Thompson trusted Junebug's parents, trusted their influence. Behind them came Trey and Devin, brothers who moved through the world differently. Trey was 15, Devin just turned 14, but both carried themselves older than their years. They had to. Their father had been gone since Devin was 2, and their mother worked double shifts at the hospital just to keep the lights on. The streets had raised them in the ways that mattered: how to read a room, how to sense danger, how to make a dollar stretch. People looked at the four of them and saw contradictions. Junebug's parents didn't love that he hung with Trey and Devin. Marcus's father openly disapproved, though he tolerated it because of Junebug's presence. Teachers watched Trey and Devin closer, assumed worse. But the four of them had grown up on the same blocks, played on the same playgrounds, knew the same corner stores. The friendship was real, even if the outside world didn't understand it. Man, you see Keisha looking at you during the step show? Devin grinned, throwing an elbow into Junebug's ribs. Junebug laughed, shaking his head. Keisha looks at everybody like that. Not like that, she don't, Trey added, and they all erupted in the kind of laughter that only comes easy at that age, when the biggest problems are who likes who and whether you're going to the after party. They reached Junebug's car, a 2003 Honda Accord his uncle had sold him for cheap. It wasn't much, but it was his. The paint was faded, the stereo was original, but it ran, and more importantly, it was freedom. For teenage boys with a car and a Friday night ahead of them. Junebug turned the key. Click, click, click. Nah, man, don't do this to me, Junebug muttered, trying again. The engine turned over weakly, coughed, and died. Pop the hood, Marcus said, already moving around to the front like he knew what he was looking at. He didn't, not really, but checking under the hood was what you did. They stood in the parking lot for 20 minutes, trying everything they could think of, while around them the crowd thinned, cars pulling out in groups, headlights sweeping across them as their friends headed to parties and late-night spots. We gotta call somebody, Junebug finally admitted, pulling out his phone. Call your uncle, Trey suggested. Uncle Ray got the tow truck. Junebug hesitated. Uncle Ray would come, but Uncle Ray would also lecture him about maintaining the car, about being prepared, about responsibility. Still, it was past 11 now, and the other options were worse. He made the call. He said he'll be here, but he got another call first. Might be like 45 minutes. They settled in to wait, sitting on the curb, talking trash, telling stories. The parking lot was mostly empty now, just a handful of cars left, the overhead lights casting everything in harsh yellow. That's when they heard it. The sound came first, an engine screaming, pushed past its limits. Then tires squealing. The four of them stood up instinctively, turning toward the street just as a dark Charger came flying past the parking lot entrance, sparks shooting from its undercarriage as it bottomed out over a dip in the road. 2 seconds later, police cruisers followed, lights blazing, sirens wailing. The chase tore down the street in front of them, the Charger weaving wildly, clipping a parked car's mirror, fishtailing as it tried to make the turn onto Morrison Avenue. "Damn," Devin shouted, his eyes wide. The Charger's driver overcorrected, and the car lurched toward the curb, directly where Trey had stepped forward for a better view. Marcus grabbed him, yanking him back just as the Charger's front wheel jumped the sidewalk less than 3 feet from where Trey had been standing. Trey stumbled backward, heart hammering. The Charger's tires caught pavement again, and the car rocketed forward, but in that split second as it passed, Junebug saw the driver's arm extend from the window. Something dark sailed through the air, landing in the overgrown grass and weeds at the edge of the lot. The police cars followed, never slowing, never seeing. Then everything was quiet again except for the distant sirens fading into the night. "Bro, you almost died," Marcus said, still gripping Trey's shoulder. Trey was breathing hard, his face showing the shock he was trying to play off. "Man, I'm good. I'm good." "Did y'all see that?" Junebug asked, his voice low. "Dude threw something." They all turned to look at the dark patch of grass and garbage where the object had landed. "Probably a gun," Devin said. "They always ditch the gun." "Could be drugs," Marcus offered. "Could be nothing," Trey countered, but they were all thinking the same thing, curious, cautious, knowing better, but wanting to know anyway. "We ain't looking," Junebug said firmly. "That's how you get caught up in somebody else's problem. We don't know nothing, we didn't see nothing." The others nodded, but their eyes kept drifting back to that spot. They waited. 45 minutes turned into an hour. They sat back down, tried to talk about other things, but the energy had changed. The night felt different now, heavier somehow. Finally, headlights swept across them, and Uncle Ray's tow truck rumbled into the parking lot. Uncle Ray climbed out, a stocky man in his late 30s with a salt and pepper beard and grease-stained hands. He owned his own towing company, had built it from nothing, and was one of the few people in Junebug's family who'd stayed in the neighborhood even after making decent money. He said he liked being close to his roots. Junebug's mother said he liked being close to his old running partners. "Y'all still here?" Uncle Ray's voice carried that mix of irritation and affection. "I told you I had another call. What'd I tell you about maintaining this car, June?" "I know, Uncle Ray, I know. The battery's been acting up." "Acting up means you replace it before it leaves you stranded." Uncle Ray shook his head, already moving to hook up the car. "Where's the keys?" As Junebug handed them over, he glanced at his friends. Marcus gave a slight shake of his head, "Don't say nothing." But Devin was already talking. "Uncle Ray, yo, some crazy stuff happened while we were waiting." Uncle Ray paused, looking up. "What kind of crazy?" "Police chase came right past here," Trey said. "Car almost hit me, dead serious." Uncle Ray's expression shifted, the irritation giving way to concern. "Y'all alright?" "Yeah, we good," Trey continued. But the dude driving, he threw something out the window. "Right over there." He pointed. Uncle Ray followed his finger to the overgrown lot. His jaw tightened. "Y'all look." "Nah," Junebug said quickly. "We stayed over here." Uncle Ray studied them for a long moment, then looked back at the grass. Junebug could see his uncle thinking, calculating. "How long ago was this?" "Like an hour ago. Little more maybe." Uncle Ray was quiet. Then he said, "Y'all get in the truck." "What about?" "Get in the truck." They climbed into the cab, the four of them squeezed into the passenger side, watching as Uncle Ray walked across the lot. He disappeared into the darkness beyond the lot lights, and they lost sight of him. 5 minutes passed. 6. 7. "What's he doing?" Marcus whispered. Then Uncle Ray emerged from the shadows, walking fast, carrying a black duffel bag that clearly had weight to it. He tossed it in the truck bed, climbed into the driver's seat, and locked the doors. "Uncle Ray, what?" "Not yet." His voice was hard, final. He pulled the truck around to where Junebug's car sat, got out to hook it up properly, worked in silence while the boys exchanged glances. When Uncle Ray got back in the truck, he sat for a moment with his hands on the steering wheel, staring straight ahead. Then he reached back, grabbed the duffel bag, and pulled it into the front between his seat and theirs. "Y'all know what you saw tonight?" They shook their heads. Uncle Ray unzipped the bag. Even in the dim light from the dashboard, they could see it clearly, bricks wrapped in plastic and tape, stacked tight, and beneath them, bundled stacks of cash, rubber banded, more money than any of them had ever seen in one place. Junebug felt his stomach drop. Devin let out a low whistle. Marcus just stared. Trey's hand went to his mouth. "Uncle Ray, listen to me." Uncle Ray's voice was low and urgent. "This right here, this is somebody's product. Somebody dangerous. The kind of people who will kill to get this back. You understand me?" They nodded, unable to speak. "Now I could call the police. Turn it in. But you know what happens then? They gonna want statements. Gonna wanna know where you found it, when, who saw what. Your names go in a report. And if those people got somebody inside, and they always got somebody inside, your names get out. You become witnesses. You become targets." Junebug's mouth was dry. "So what do we do?" Uncle Ray looked at each of them in turn. "We don't do nothing. I do. Y'all didn't see this bag. Y'all don't know nothing about what's in it. Far as anyone asks, the car broke down, I came and got you, that's it. But nothing, June. I know people. People who can make this disappear the right way. The drugs, I can move quiet. The money." He paused, doing quick math in his head. "The money I split. Half I keep for the risk I'm taking. The rest I break up. Put some aside for each of you. Something for college, for getting out, for doing something better. And the rest I use to help the neighborhood quiet-like. Help some families who need it. You feel me?" It wasn't a question, not really. Uncle Ray had already decided. "How much is it?" Devin asked, his voice small. Uncle Ray hefted one of the stacks, riffled through it. "Each brick here is probably worth 20, 30,000 street value. The cash." He counted quickly. "Maybe 80, 90,000. The number hung in the air, impossible, surreal. "Y'all get 2,000 each," Uncle Ray continued. "I'll hold it for you, keep it safe. When you need it, real need, not want, it's there." Marcus spoke for the first time. "My pops finds out about this." "He won't. Nobody will. That's the whole point." Uncle Ray zipped the bag back up, shoved it behind his seat. "Now let's get this car home." He climbed out to finish hooking up the Accord, and the boys sat in silence, the weight of what just happened settling over them like a blanket. Uncle Ray worked the winch, getting the car secured to the truck bed, but when he tried to lift it, something gave way with a metallic shriek. The Accord's rear axle had completely separated. "Damn," Uncle Ray muttered, getting down to look. "This thing shot. Can't tow it like this, it'll fall apart on the road. Gonna have to come back tomorrow with the flatbed." Which meant leaving the car here overnight. Which meant taking the long way home. Uncle Ray climbed back in, started the truck. "Y'all live east side, right? Can't take the highway with y'all, not with what's in this truck. Gonna have to go around, through the back streets." No one argued. They drove in silence, the truck's engine rumbling beneath them, streetlights passing overhead in rhythm. Uncle Ray took Morrison to Fletcher, then cut through the industrial park where the old factory sat dark and empty. That's when they came up on the overpass and saw Junebug's car below them. Only it wasn't alone anymore. 3 men stood around it, flashlights cutting through the darkness. One was on the phone. One was taking pictures of the license plate with his cell. The third was trying the doors, looking through the windows. "Get down," Uncle Ray said quietly, and they slid lower in their seats, peering just over the dashboard. As they passed on the overpass above, Junebug got a good look at one of the men under the streetlight. Skinny build, face tattoos, wearing a black hoodie. The driver from the chase. His blood went cold. Uncle Ray drove past without slowing, didn't speak until they were 3 blocks away. "They know the car," he said finally, "which means they know somebody was there. They'll be looking for us." Trey's voice cracked slightly. "For whoever picked up that bag." Uncle Ray's hands were tight on the wheel. "They probably went back to look for it, found it gone, backtracked to where they threw it, saw your car was the only one there." "Oh my God," Marcus breathed. "Oh my God, they know my address. The registration." "I know." Uncle Ray was thinking fast. "We get you home, but we don't separate. Not tonight. Y'all stay together." He drove to Marcus's house first, closest one. The street was quiet, porch lights off, most houses dark except for the flicker of TVs through curtains. But parked across the street, under a broken street lamp, was a dark sedan with tinted windows. It hadn't been there when Marcus left for the pep rally. That's not. Uncle Ray drove past slowly, turning at the corner. In the rearview mirror, Junebug saw the sedan's headlights come on. "They're following us," he said, his voice tight. "I see them." Uncle Ray took a left, then a quick right, weaving through streets he'd known since childhood. The sedan kept pace, not rushing, just watching. "Where are we going?" Devin asked. "My place. I make some calls, figure this out. Y'all stay with me tonight." Uncle Ray lived 6 blocks over, a small house with a chain-link fence and a yard that needed mowing. He pulled the truck into the driveway, killed the engine. "When I say move, you move. Straight to the door. Don't run, don't look back, just walk fast and steady. Understand?" They nodded. "Now." They piled out Junebug first, then Marcus, then the brothers. Uncle Ray brought up the rear, the duffel bag over his shoulder like it weighed nothing. The sedan was at the corner now, idling. They made it inside. Uncle Ray locked the door behind them, pulled the curtains. "Living room. Sit." They sat on the worn couch while Uncle Ray disappeared into the back bedroom. They could hear him talking low on the phone, couldn't make out the words. Junebug looked at his friends. Marcus was shaking slightly. Devin kept glancing at the window. Trey just sat perfectly still, that 1,000-yard stare that came from processing too much too fast. "This is bad," Marcus whispered. "This is really bad." "We didn't do nothing wrong," Devin said, but his voice lacked conviction. "Don't matter," Junebug replied. "They think we got their stuff. That's all that matters to them." Uncle Ray came back into the room, his face grim but determined. I made some calls. Got some people who can help, but y'all gotta stay put. Don't go nowhere, don't call nobody. Your parents." "My mom's gonna kill me if I don't come home," Junebug said. "I'll call her. Tell her the car broke down. Y'all staying at my place. Bring you home in the morning. She trusts me." "What about them?" Marcus pointed toward the window, where somewhere in the dark, men were watching. "I'm handling it. But it's gonna take time. Y'all just stay inside." Uncle Ray went to make more calls, and the boys sat in the living room, the television on but none of them watching it. Time moved strange, slow, and fast at once, minutes dragging but hours disappearing. Junebug kept thinking about his mother's birthday tomorrow. The decorations were in the car's trunk. The cake was ordered. Everything planned. And now he was sitting in his uncle's living room, hiding from men with guns because of money he didn't even want. Around 1 in the morning, Junebug realized he'd left his phone charger in the car. His phone was at 12%. And his mother's birthday party was at 2 tomorrow. The decorations. The banner his little sister had made. The special photo album he'd put together. All in the trunk. "I gotta go back," he said suddenly. The other 3 looked at him like he'd lost his mind. "Are you serious?" Marcus asked. "My mom's stuff is in the car. The party's tomorrow. I can't just." "June, there's people out there with guns looking for us," Trey said. "Your mom will understand." "You don't know my mom. This is her 40th. We've been planning this for months. We'll get it tomorrow, Devin tried. Tomorrow's too late. Party starts at 2. By the time Uncle Ray gets the car with the flatbed, brings it back, it'll be after that. So the party starts late, Marcus argued. Better late than dead. But Junebug was already standing, already moving toward the door. June, don't be stupid, Trey called after him. Uncle Ray came out of the bedroom. What's going on? Nothing, Marcus said quickly. June's just being dumb. But Junebug was at the door now, hand on the knob. I need to get something from the car. I'll be quick. You ain't going nowhere, Uncle Ray said firmly. Uncle Ray. I said no. They stood there, uncle and nephew, locked in a stalemate. Then Devin stood up. If he's going, we all going. That's how this works. Uncle Ray looked at all 4 of them, saw something in their faces, that stubborn teenage certainty that they were invincible, that nothing truly bad could happen to them. He'd worn that same expression once, long time ago, before the neighborhood taught him different. Y'all don't understand what you're dealing with, he said quietly. So explain it, Junebug replied. Uncle Ray was quiet for a long moment. Then he sighed, sat down on the arm of the couch. The people who own that product, they ain't just some street dealers. They've connected. They run things. And when they lose something, they don't just take the loss. They make examples. You feel me? They can't let it look like somebody can just take from them and walk away. But we didn't take nothing, Devin said. You did. They don't know that. All they know is 4 kids were at that car and now their stuff is gone. In their mind, y'all are witnesses at best, thieves at worst. Either way, y'all are a problem that needs solving. Then let's solve it, Junebug said. Give them the stuff back. Uncle Ray shook his head. Can't. Already made calls. The drugs are gone, moving tonight. And even if I could give it back, soon as they see y'all faces, they'll know you forever. Can't leave loose ends. The room fell silent as that sank in. So what do we do? Marcus asked, his voice small. We wait. I got people working on this. Old heads, people these young boys might actually listen to. We get them to call off the dogs, convince them y'all didn't see nothing useful, ain't worth the trouble. But it takes time. How much time? Junebug asked. Uncle Ray checked his watch. Sun comes up in about 5 hours. I get this handled by then, y'all go home, life goes back to normal. And if you can't? Uncle Ray didn't answer. Didn't need to. Junebug looked at his friends, saw his own fear reflected back at him. Then he sat back down on the couch. Okay, he said quietly. We wait. But waiting had never been something 16-year-olds were good at. At 1:15, Junebug went to use the bathroom. When he came out, he found Trey standing by the window, peering through a gap in the curtains. They still out there? Junebug asked. Different car now. Blue Impala. But yeah, still watching. Junebug moved to the window, looked out. The Impala was parked 2 houses down, and as he watched, a flame sparked, someone lighting a cigarette. They're just gonna wait there all night? Guess so. The 2 of them stood there in the dark, looking out at the street Junebug had played on as a kid. Miss Johnson's house across the way, where he'd bought candy with quarters. The Hendersons' place next door, where Mr. Henderson still washed his car every Sunday. The corner store 3 blocks down where they'd all bought now and laters and argued about basketball. Home. This was home. And now it felt like a trap. You think Uncle Ray can fix this? Trey asked. I don't know. Your mom's gonna be worried. Yeah. They were quiet for a moment. Then Trey said, I'm sorry. For what? If I hadn't stepped out into the street, if that car hadn't swerved, maybe the driver wouldn't have thrown the bag there. Maybe none of this happens. Junebug looked at his friend. That's not on you, man. Could have been any of us. Could have been anything. Wrong place, wrong time. That's all this is. Feels like more than that. It ain't though. We didn't do nothing wrong. We just... Junebug struggled for the words. We just saw something we shouldn't have seen. A sound from the living room made them both turn. Marcus and Devin were up, whisper arguing about something. When Junebug and Trey came back into the room, Marcus stopped talking abruptly. "What?" Junebug asked. "Nothing." "Marcus, what?" Marcus looked at Devin, who shrugged. "Just thinking maybe we should call the police." "And tell them what?" Trey asked. "That we found a bag of drugs and money and my uncle took it? That's gonna solve the problem." "At least then we'd be protected," Marcus argued. "They put us in protective custody or something, right? That's what they do for witnesses." "You watch too much TV," Devin said. "Protective custody is for big cases, federal stuff. This is just some local dealers. Cops hear that story. They're gonna want to know where the bag is, why we didn't call immediately, why we moved it. Uncle Ray goes to jail, and we still got people after us. So we just sit here? We wait," Junebug said firmly. "Like Uncle Ray said. He's got a plan." But even as he said it, Junebug could feel the walls closing in. Every minute that ticked by felt like an hour. Every sound from outside made them jump. Every car that passed made them crowd at the window. At 1:30, Uncle Ray came back into the room, saw them all awake, all tense. "Y'all need to get some sleep." "Can't," Junebug admitted. Uncle Ray studied them, then sighed. "Come on." He led them to the kitchen, started pulling things from the fridge. Sandwich meat, cheese, bread. "Y'all eat when you're nervous. I seen it before." They made sandwiches in silence, the normal activity somehow calming. Uncle Ray put on coffee, and they sat around the small kitchen table like it was any other night, like they weren't waiting for morning to see if they'd live to see another sunset. "Tell me about the game yesterday," Uncle Ray said to Junebug. "Heard you had 3 touchdowns." Junebug blinked, surprised by the subject change. Yeah. 2 rushing, 1 passing." The pass was crazy. Marcus jumped in, and just like that they were teenagers again, talking about the game, about plays, about that one ref who clearly had it out for their team. Uncle Ray listened, occasionally commenting, and slowly Junebug understood what his uncle was doing, trying to give them something normal to hold on to, trying to remind them that life existed beyond this one terrible night. It almost worked. At 1:55, Uncle Ray's phone rang. He looked at the caller ID, his face unreadable, then stepped into the other room. The boys sat in silence, trying to hear, catching only fragments. "Yeah, I understand. Just kids, man. How much time?" When Uncle Ray came back, his expression was troubled. "That was Memphis. He's an old friend, got connections. He's trying to set up a meet, talk to these guys, see if we can work something out." "Work what out?" Junebug asked. "Give them something. Money, information, something to make this go away." "But you said the drugs are gone." "They are. But the money ain't. I could give some of that back, say we found the bag, but the drugs were already gone. They might buy it." "Might?" Devin repeated. "It's all I got, Dev. These dudes, they're young and stupid and trying to prove something. The logical move is to walk away, but logic don't always win with hot heads." "So what do we do now?" Trey asked. "We wait for Memphis to call back. He's gonna try to set something up for morning, neutral ground, get this squashed before." Uncle Ray's phone rang again. He grabbed it, answered. His face changed immediately. "When? How many? Okay, yeah, I see them." He hung up, moved quickly to the window. The boys followed, watched as he peered through the curtains. "What is it?" Junebug asked. "They're moving. Both cars. Looks like they're getting ready to do something." And then they heard it, car doors slamming, multiple voices in the street. Uncle Ray's hand went to the deadbolt on the door, checking it. "Everybody to the back bedroom. Now." "Uncle Ray. Now." They scrambled, moving through the house to the small back bedroom that Uncle Ray used for storage. He pulled them inside, closed the door, locked it. Through the walls, they could hear footsteps on the porch. then knocking. Hard, aggressive knocking. "I know y'all in there," a voice called out. "Come on out. Let's talk." Uncle Ray put a finger to his lips, pulled out his phone, dialed. More knocking. "We just want to talk. About something you found. Something that's ours." Uncle Ray was talking urgently into his phone, voice barely above a whisper. "Yeah, they're here. At my house. 4 of them, maybe more. I don't know, man, but we got a problem." "How long?" "That might be too long." A crash from the front of the house, something breaking. The boys jumped. Devin grabbed onto Trey. Marcus pressed back against the wall. "Okay, we tried it nice," the voice outside called. "Y'all got 10 seconds, then we coming in." Uncle Ray ended his call, looked at the boys. In his eyes, they saw something they'd never seen before, real fear. "The window," he said, pointing to the small window in the back bedroom. "When I say go, y'all climb out, run to Mr. Henderson's house next door, bang on his door till he wakes up. He got a gun. He'll protect you. I stay here, talk to these guys, buy you time." "We're not leaving you," Junebug said. "You are, and right now. This is on me, not you. I took that bag, I gotta face this. But y'all got futures, y'all got lives ahead. So when I say..." The front door exploded inward. They could hear footsteps, multiple people, spreading through the house. "Where they at? Find them." Uncle Ray unlocked the window, shoved it open. "Go." Junebug went first, climbing through, dropping into the backyard. Marcus followed, then Devin. Trey was halfway out when the bedroom door crashed open. 2 men stood there, one with a gun drawn. Well, the one with the gun said. He was tall, wearing all black, his face covered with a bandana. "Found 'em." Uncle Ray stepped between the men and Trey, who was still half in, half out of the window. "They don't know nothing," Uncle Ray said, voice steady despite the gun pointed at him. "I took the bag. It was me. They just kids. They don't even know what was in it." "That right?" The man with the gun tilted his head. "Then where's our product?" "Gone. Sold it already." "In 2 hours?" "You sold multiple bricks in 2 hours." The man laughed, ugly and sharp. "Nah. Try again." "It's true. I got connections. Made calls soon as I found it. It's in the wind now." "And the money?" Uncle Ray hesitated, just for a second. The man saw it. "Yeah, that's what I thought. You still got the money. So here's what's gonna happen. You give us the money, plus interest for our trouble. And then we kill you anyway, because you don't just steal from us and walk away. But if you're real helpful, real cooperative, maybe we let these kids live. How's that sound?" Outside the window, Junebug heard everything. He looked at Marcus, saw his own horror reflected back. "We gotta do something," Marcus whispered. "Like what?" Inside, Uncle Ray was talking, trying to negotiate, trying to buy time. "The money's not here," he said. "I stashed it. But I can get it, bring it to you. Just let the kids go." "See, that's the thing," the gunman said. "I don't believe you. I think the money's right here, in this house, probably in that bag I see in the corner there." He nodded to his partner, who moved to grab the duffel bag from where Uncle Ray had dropped it. Trey, still half out the window, made a choice. He dropped back inside, landing hard on the bedroom floor. "Trey, no," Uncle Ray shouted. "What you doing, kid?" The gunman swung toward him. And Trey ran. Not out the window, but straight at the men, shoulder down like a linebacker. He hit the second man just as he grabbed the duffel bag, knocked him off balance. "Run!" Trey screamed at the window. "Run!" Everything happened at once. The gunman fired, a deafening crack in the small bedroom. Uncle Ray lunged for the gun. The second man dropped the bag, grabbed for Trey. Outside, Junebug, Marcus, and Devin stared frozen for half a second, then turned and ran. They ran through backyards they'd played in since they were kids, jumping fences, cutting through side yards, their hearts hammering, their breath burning in their chests. Behind them, they heard shouting, more gunfire. They hit the alley between Maple and Pine, their feet slapping the pavement, and that's when they heard the engines, cars starting, converging. "They're coming," Devin gasped. "Split up," Marcus suggested. "No," Junebug grabbed his arm. "We stay together. This way." He led them deeper into the maze of alleys, the geography of home suddenly a weapon, a tool. They knew every shortcut, every dead end, every place to hide. The cars couldn't follow here. The alleys were too narrow, the turns too tight. But men on foot could. They heard boots on pavement behind them, getting closer. "Through Miss Pearl's yard," Junebug pointed. They vaulted the low fence into the backyard of the corner store, where Miss Pearl kept her garden. They were cutting through, heading for the gate on the far side, when the gunshot rang out. It was loud, impossibly loud, and it came with a sound like a wasp buzzing past Junebug's ear. They dropped, instinct taking over. Another shot. Then another. "Move," Marcus screamed, and they were up again, running zigzag, making themselves harder targets. They hit the gate, crashed through, stumbled into the alley behind the store. Devin went down. "Devin." Trey skidded to a stop. But Devin was already getting back up, cursing. I'm good, just tripped." He looked down at his hand, and even in the dim light they could see the blood. He'd fallen on a broken bottle, and the glass had sliced deep into his palm. "Oh God," Devin breathed. "Oh God," Devin breathed, staring at his hand. Blood was running down his wrist, dripping onto the pavement. "We gotta keep moving." Junebug grabbed him, wrapping his own shirt sleeve around Devin's hand as they ran. Behind them, voices called out, "I got blood. They're hit. One of 'em is hit." "I hit one," another voice shouted back, excited, vicious. "I told you I got one." The boys ducked behind a dumpster, pressing themselves into the shadows. Devin was breathing hard, trying not to make noise, his hand throbbing. Through the gap between the dumpster and the wall, they could see two figures approaching, silhouetted against the streetlight at the mouth of the alley. Both had guns out. "You see which way they went?" "Nah, but they bleeding. Trail's gonna lead us right to 'em." The men moved closer, and Junebug could hear his own heartbeat pounding in his ears. Marcus had his hand over his mouth, trying to control his breathing. Devin was shaking, whether from pain or fear or both. "Check behind that dumpster." Footsteps approached. Junebug looked at Marcus, at Devin, saw the same thought in all their eyes. This was it. They were cornered. No way out. The footsteps were right there, right on the other side of the dumpster. Junebug tensed, ready to run or fight or something, anything. A door banged open 10 feet away. "What the hell y'all doing in my alley?" Ms. Pearl's voice rang out, sharp and fearless. She stood in the back doorway of her corner store, a shotgun cradled in her arms like she'd been born holding it. "This here is private property." The two men froze, turned to face her. "Miss Pearl, this ain't your business," one of them said, but his voice had lost some of its edge. "We just looking for some kids who stole from us." "Stole what?" "That ain't." "I said stole what?" Miss Pearl pumped the shotgun, the sound echoing in the alley. "Because I know every kid in this neighborhood. Been knowing them since they were in diapers. And I ain't never known one to be a thief. So if you saying different, you best have proof." "Ma'am, we don't want no trouble with you." "Then get off my property." She raised the shotgun to her shoulder, aimed it squarely at the closest man's chest. "I called the police 2 minutes ago. They on their way. So you can wait here and explain to them why you're in my alley with guns drawn, or you can get to stepping. Your choice." The men looked at each other, making calculations. An old woman with a shotgun, police coming, and their targets had already scattered. The math wasn't adding up in their favor. "This ain't over," one of them said, backing away. "Maybe not," Ms. Pearl replied. "But it's over for tonight. Now get." They went, disappearing back the way they'd come. Miss Pearl waited until she heard car doors slam and engines start, until the sound of vehicles faded into the distance. Then she lowered the shotgun. "Y'all can come out now." Junebug, Marcus, and Devin emerged from behind the dumpster, shaking. Miss Pearl looked at them, her face stern but her eyes soft with concern. "One of y'all hurt?" Devin held up his hand, blood soaking through Junebug's shirt sleeve. "Lord have mercy. Get inside, all of you. Now." They followed her through the back door into the corner store's storage room. Boxes of chips and candy lined the walls, cases of soda stacked in the corner. Miss Pearl locked the door behind them, set the shotgun aside, then went to a first aid kit hanging on the wall. "Sit," she told Devin, pointing to a plastic chair. While she cleaned and bandaged his hand, the boys stood silent, still processing what had just happened. "Miss Pearl," Junebug finally said, "did you really call the police?" "No," she said simply, wrapping gauze around Devin's palm. "But they didn't need to know that." "Why not?" Marcus asked. "Why didn't you call them?" Miss Pearl looked up at him, and in her eyes was a lifetime of living in this neighborhood, of understanding its rules, both written and unwritten. "Because the kind of trouble y'all in, police just make it worse. They come, take statements, file reports. Your names go in the system. And then what? Those boys find out you talked to the cops, and now you're not just witnesses, you're snitches. You know what happens to snitches in this neighborhood." They knew. "So what do we do?" Junebug asked, his voice small. "You let me make some calls. I know people, same as your uncle does. People who can make this right." She finished with Devin's hand, stood up, moved to the old rotary phone on the wall. "But first, we get your uncle on the line. Make sure he's all right." She dialed, waited. The boys held their breath. "Ray? Yeah, it's Pearl. I got 3 of your boys here. 4th one's still with you." "Uh-huh. He all right?" "Good." "Yeah. They tried to run him down through my alley, but I put a stop to that." "No. They gone now, but they'll be back." "That's what I'm saying. We need to handle this tonight. Can't let the sun come up with this still hanging over these kids' heads." "Who you talk to?" "Memphis?" "Good. He still got reach." "What did he say?" "Uh-huh. That might work. Give me 20 minutes. I'll make some calls on my end. See if we can't push this thing through." She hung up, turned back to the boys. "Your uncle's fine. That other boy, Trey, he's fine too. Bullet didn't hit nobody, just put holes in the wall. But they got the house surrounded, can't get out." "We gotta help them," Junebug said. "You gonna help them by staying alive and staying smart. Your uncle's working on something, and so am I. But I need y'all to stay here, stay quiet, and stay out of sight. Can you do that?" They nodded. Miss Pearl went to work, making calls on that old rotary phone, her fingers sure and quick as she dialed number after number. The boys caught fragments of conversation. Ray's nephew and his friends. "Just kids, they don't even know what they stepped in. Need OG Dante, he the only one they'll listen to. Before somebody gets killed over something that ain't worth killing over." While she talked, the boys sat in the storage room, the adrenaline slowly draining from their systems, leaving them hollow and exhausted. Devin's hand throbbed. Marcus kept looking at his phone, at the missed calls from his father, 7 now, each one another level of trouble he'd be in when he got home. Junebug thought about his mother, about the birthday party that was supposed to start in 12 hours, about how far away normal life seemed now. At 2:30 in the morning, Miss Pearl hung up the phone and turned to them. "All right, here's where we at. OG Dante's calling the shot caller for the crew that's after you. Man named Darius. Dante and Darius go way back. Dante used to run with Darius's father before he got locked up. There's respect there, history. Dante is gonna try to broker a meet, get this settled." "Settled how?" Marcus asked. "Money for peace. Your uncle gives back what's fair. Darius calls off his dogs. Everybody walks away." "But what about the drugs?" Devin asked. "Uncle Ray said he already moved those." That's gonna be the hard part. Darius gonna want those back, or at least want to know where they went. But Dante's gonna argue that the drugs were already gone when your uncle found the bag, that all he got was cash. Might work, might not. Depends on whether Darius is more interested in getting paid or getting even. And if he wants to get even? Junebug asked. Miss Pearl didn't answer right away. Then she said, then we got a bigger problem. But let's not borrow trouble. For now, we wait. Waiting in the storage room of the corner store, surrounded by boxes of junk food and cases of cheap beer, the three boys felt the weight of the night settling on them. Hours ago, they'd been at a pep rally, young and invincible. Now they were hiding, bleeding, waiting to see if someone would decide they deserved to live. I'm sorry, Junebug said quietly. Marcus and Devin looked at him. This is my fault. If I hadn't wanted to get the decorations, if I'd just listened. Nah, Devin cut him off. This started way before that. Started when that car came flying past us. Started when we were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ain't none of us could have controlled that. Devin's right, Marcus added. We all made choices tonight, but they were the choices we had in the moment. Can't go back and change them now. They sat in silence for a while, then Junebug said, Y'all know what's crazy? We didn't do nothing wrong. Like, really? We found something, we told the truth about it, and now people trying to kill us for it. That's how it works though, Devin said. In the hood, doing the right thing don't always protect you. Sometimes it just makes you a target. That's messed up, Marcus said. Yeah, Devin agreed. It is. At 3 a.m., Ms. Pearl's phone rang. She answered, listened for a long time without speaking, her face unreadable. Then she said, all right. Where? When? He know what he's walking into. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him. She hung up, looked at the boys. OG Dante got the meet set up. 4 a.m. at the old basketball courts on Jefferson. Neutral ground. Your uncle's gonna be there, Dante's gonna be there, and Darius is bringing 2 of his people. They gonna talk it out. What if talking doesn't work? Marcus asked. Then Dante's got backup standing by. Half the OGs in this neighborhood are out right now, watching, waiting. Darius tries something stupid. He'll have problems bigger than some missing drugs. The neighborhood's protecting us? Junebug said, surprised. Baby, the neighborhood's been protecting y'all since you were born. You just never needed it like this before. Miss Pearl moved to the small window, looked out at the street. This is what people outside don't understand. Yeah, we got problems. We got crime, we got dealers, we got violence. But we also got each other. And when someone comes for our kids, don't matter what colors they wear or who they run with, they got the whole neighborhood to deal with. Junebug felt something catch in his throat, an emotion he couldn't quite name. His whole life, people had told him to get out of this neighborhood, to escape, to make something of himself somewhere better. But right now, in this moment, hiding in a corner store at 3 in the morning with a bloody hand and men hunting him, he'd never felt more held by this place. Miss Pearl, Devin said, why you do this? Help us, I mean. You could have just stayed inside. Let us handle it. She looked at him for a long moment. 30 years ago, I had a son. Bright boy, good heart. Played basketball just like y'all. He got caught up in something that wasn't his fault. Wrong place, wrong time, just like you. And nobody helped him. Nobody stepped up. Nobody made the calls that needed making. Her voice grew quiet. He didn't make it home that night. The boys were silent, the weight of that story settling over them. So when I see kids in trouble, I help. Because maybe if somebody had helped my boy, he'd be here now. Maybe he'd have kids of his own, living better than I did. But I can't change his story. I can only change yours. Junebug wanted to say something, anything, but words felt insufficient. Miss Pearl turned back to the window. 20 more minutes. Then we'll know. Those 20 minutes stretched like hours. The boys tried to stay still, stay quiet, but nervous energy kept them fidgeting. Devin unwrapped his hand to look at the cut. It had stopped bleeding, but would definitely need stitches. Marcus checked his phone again. 11 missed calls now. Junebug just stared at the wall, his mind racing through scenarios, none of them good. At 3:40, Ms. Pearl's phone rang again. Yeah, he's sure. All right, I'm bringing them. I said I'm bringing them. They deserve to be there, hear it themselves. Don't argue with me, Ray. I'm twice your age and I'll whoop you. Good. We'll be there in 5. She hung up, grabbed her keys. Come on. Where? Junebug asked. To the courts. Your uncle wants you to stay away, but I think you earn the right to see how this ends. Plus, Dante thinks it'll help. Darius sees that you're really just kids. Might make him think twice about continuing this. They followed her out through the back door, into her old Cadillac parked in the alley. The engine started with a rumble, and Ms. Pearl drove through the empty streets, moving slow and careful, watching for headlights, for threats. The basketball courts on Jefferson had been there since before Junebug was born. The hoops were bent, the nets long gone, the asphalt cracked and sprouting weeds. But it was neutral ground, no gang claimed it, no crew controlled it. It belonged to the neighborhood itself. When they pulled up, there were already cars there. Junebug recognized Uncle Ray's truck, saw a black Mercedes he didn't know, and 2 other vehicles parked at angles that suggested the drivers wanted quick exits. People stood in small groups near the court, and as Miss Pearl's Cadillac arrived, all eyes turned toward them. Uncle Ray came striding over as soon as they got out. Pearl, what are you doing bringing them here? Hush. They need to see this. Need to understand what you're trying to do for them. Uncle Ray looked at his nephew, at the 3 boys, and his expression softened. Y'all okay? Yeah, Junebug said. Trey? He's fine. Scared, but fine. He's in the truck. On the court itself, Junebug could see 3 men standing. An older man in a suit, OG Dante, he assumed, and 2 younger men, one of whom had to be Darius. Even from here, Junebug could feel the tension, like electricity in the air before a storm. Stay by the car, Uncle Ray said. Don't come any closer. This goes wrong, Pearl. You get them out of here fast. Understand? I understand. Uncle Ray walked back toward the court, the duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Junebug watched him go, this man who'd stepped between bullets and boys, who'd taken on a problem that wasn't his because it threatened his family. OG Dante saw Uncle Ray approaching and nodded. We all here now. Let's talk. Darius was younger than Junebug expected, maybe 25, wearing expensive sneakers and a designer jacket, gold chain catching the streetlight. His face was hard, but his eyes kept moving, nervous, watching everything. You the one took my product, Darius said. It wasn't a question. I'm the one found a bag in an empty lot, Uncle Ray replied. What was in it wasn't my concern until you started threatening kids. Those kids were witnesses. They saw my people, saw the chase, saw where we threw the bag. That makes them a liability. They're 16 years old, OG Dante interjected, his voice calm but firm. They didn't see faces, didn't get involved, don't know nothing about your operation. What they saw was a car chase and a bag. That's it. That's enough, one of Darius's men said. Enough for what? Uncle Ray challenged. You gonna kill 4 kids because they were in the wrong place? You know what that brings down on you? Every cop in the city, every Fed looking for a reason to move on you, and every person in this neighborhood who's got kids of their own. You think that's a smart play? Darius was quiet, thinking. Junebug could see the calculation happening, pride versus pragmatism, reputation versus reality. Where's my product? Darius finally asked. Gone, Uncle Ray said. Already moved it, already sold it. It's in the wind. I don't believe you. Uncle Ray shrugged. Believe what you want. But here's what I got: 40,000 in cash. Half of what was in that bag. I kept half for my trouble and my risk, and I'm offering you the other half to make this go away. 40,000 when I lost 100? Darius laughed, but there was no humor in it. That's insulting. It's more than you got right now, OG Dante pointed out. And it's fair compensation for product that was already in police custody as far as you knew. You threw that bag and ran. For all you knew, cops picked it up 10 minutes later. The fact that these kids found it instead was just luck. Bad for you. Good for them. Good for them. Darius's voice rose. They got my money. A man found some money and some drugs that nobody owned anymore, Dante corrected. Legally, the second you abandoned it, it wasn't yours. Morally, maybe you got an argument. But practically, you chasing kids through the neighborhood, shooting at them, threatening families? That ain't about the money anymore. That's about pride. And pride is expensive. The words hung in the air. Darius looked at Uncle Ray, at the duffel bag, then over at the car where the boys stood watching. Junebug met his eyes and saw something flicker there, recognition, maybe, that they were really just kids. That this had spiraled way past what it needed to be. 50,000, Darius said. And we done. Don't have 50, Uncle Ray replied. Got 40. Take it or leave it. Darius's jaw tightened. For a moment, Junebug thought it would all fall apart, thought the talking would give way to shooting, thought he'd watch his uncle die on a basketball court over money that wasn't even really stolen. Then OG Dante spoke, his voice quiet but carrying weight. Darius, I knew your father. Good man, smart man. He taught you better than this. You take this deal, you walk away with 40,000 you didn't have an hour ago, and you keep your operation running smooth. You don't take it? Best case, you spend the next week hunting teenagers while every cop in the city watches you. Worst case, you catch one of these kids and this neighborhood burns your whole setup to the ground. We too old for that, and you too smart for it. Silence. Then Darius exhaled, and Junebug saw his shoulders drop slightly. The fight had gone out of him. 50, he said again, but this time it sounded like negotiation, not demand. Uncle Ray looked at OG Dante, who gave a small nod. I can get you another 10, Dante said. Call it a neighborhood investment in peace. But that's the final offer. Darius looked between them, looked back at his men, then nodded once. Fine. 50. But I want it now. Uncle Ray opened the duffel bag, started counting out stacks. Dante pulled an envelope from his jacket. He'd come prepared, and added bills to the pile. When it was all there, Darius's man came forward, counted it himself, then nodded to his boss. We're done, Darius said. Those kids, that uncle, your whole setup, we don't see each other again. This never happened. Agreed, Uncle Ray said. One more thing, OG Dante added. Word gets out about this, about you chasing kids, trying to settle scores over a lost bag. That's bad for business. So this stays quiet. You don't talk about it, we don't talk about it. Far as anyone knows, nothing happened tonight. Darius nodded. He took the money, got in his Mercedes, and drove away, his men following. When the taillights disappeared, Uncle Ray's legs seemed to give out. He sat down hard on the cracked asphalt, put his head in his hands. OG Dante stood over him. You did good, Ray. Kept your head, protected those boys. I put them in danger in the first place, Uncle Ray said, his voice muffled. Nah, you protected them from danger that was already there. Big difference. Dante looked over at the boys by Miss Pearl's car. Bring them here. Miss Pearl walked them over, and they stood in a semicircle on the basketball court, these 4 teenagers who'd aged years in a single night. Dante looked at each of them in turn. Y'all understand what happened here tonight? They nodded, not trusting their voices. Your uncle sacrificed for you. Gave up money, put himself at risk, to keep you safe. Miss Pearl stood in an alley with a shotgun for you. I came out here at 4 in the morning for you. The neighborhood mobilized for you. You know why? Because we're part of it, Junebug said quietly. That's right. You're part of this neighborhood, which means when you hurt, we hurt. When you're in danger, we respond. But that coin got 2 sides. You're part of this neighborhood, which means you got responsibilities too. You understand? Yes, sir. They said in unison. This money your uncle got, what's left of it, that's for y'all future. College, trade school, starting a business, whatever gets you somewhere better. You don't spend it on cars or clothes or impressing girls. You invested in getting out, in being something more. Because the neighborhood can protect you, but it can't save you. Only you can do that. You feel me? We feel you, Junebug said. Dante nodded, then softened slightly. Y'all are good kids. I seen you around, seen you playing ball, staying out of trouble. Tonight was bad luck, wrong place, wrong time. But you handled it. You stayed together, stayed smart, stayed alive. That counts for something. He turned to walk away, then paused. Oh, and Junebug. I heard about that touchdown last week. The one where you broke 3 tackles and jumped over the safety. That was cold. Despite everything, Junebug smiled. Thank you, sir. Dante got in his car and drove away, leaving just Uncle Ray, Miss Pearl, and the 4 boys standing on the empty court as the sky began to lighten in the east. Sun's coming up, Miss Pearl observed. Y'all need to get home, face your families, explain where you've been. What do we tell them? Marcus asked. The truth, Uncle Ray said, finally standing up. Car broke down, had some trouble, spent the night dealing with it. They gonna be mad, gonna ground you probably, but at least you're alive to be grounded. What about the money? Devin asked. You said we'd get some. And you will. But not yet. I'm holding it, keeping it safe. When you graduate, when you're ready to do something real with it, then it's yours. Until then, it stays with me. They nodded, understanding. Uncle Ray drove them home in his truck, the sun rising orange and pink over the neighborhood. They dropped Marcus off first. His father was waiting on the porch, arms crossed, fury and relief warring on his face. Then Devin and Trey, whose mother came running out in her bathrobe, crying and yelling at the same time. Finally, it was just Junebug and Uncle Ray pulling up to the small house where Junebug had lived his whole life. His mother was at the door before he even got out of the truck. She grabbed him, held him tight, and Junebug could feel her shaking. Where were you? I called 20 times. I was about to call the police. I'm sorry, Mama. The car broke down and then. I don't want to hear it. You're grounded. A month. No, 2 months. No car, no going out, nothing. Yes, ma'am. She pulled back, looked at his face, saw something there that made her expression change from anger to concern. Baby, what happened? What really happened? Junebug looked at Uncle Ray, who nodded slightly. It's a long story, Mama. Can I tell you inside? I'm really tired. She studied him, then nodded. Come on. And Ray, you come too. I want to hear all of it. They went inside, and Junebug told her most of it, enough that she'd understand, not so much that she'd panic. He talked about the car breaking down, the chase, finding the bag, Uncle Ray protecting them. He left out the guns, the shooting, the chase through the alley. Some things parents didn't need to know. When he finished, his mother was quiet for a long time. Then she looked at Uncle Ray. You kept my son safe. I did my best. Thank you. She stood, hugged her brother-in-law tight. Thank you. After Uncle Ray left, Junebug's mother sat him down at the kitchen table. Your birthday party starts in 10 hours, she said. I know. I'm sorry, Mama. The decorations are still in the car. Forget the decorations. I just want to know, are you okay? Really okay? Junebug thought about it, about the night he'd just survived, about the fear and the violence and the impossible choices. He thought about Trey's bravery, about Devin's blood, about Miss Pearl's shotgun and OG Dante's wisdom and Uncle Ray's sacrifice. Yeah, he said finally. I think I am. Good.